All right, you're watching the Sports Roundup Show with Mike Nelson and Cody Parks. This is our NFL segment. Week one is over now, so we're now in week two. And let's start off with of course, the Rams defeating the Dallas Cowboys last Sunday in their first game at SoFi Stadium. Of course, with nobody there, but still a huge win, I think, in my opinion.
Did you hear it? Did y'all hear it in Mike's voice when nobody there?
Yeah, because I mean, it was sad, man. I felt really bad. I mean, that stadium looks so nice. I don't know what you think, but
Mike,
that stadium is beautiful.
Mike, I'm with you. Like it does feel kind of because it's Mike when they kept saying because I didn't know like how much, of course, but when they kept saying 5 billion to not have nobody there to witness it, yeah, that hurts a little bit. But to the game, Mike, I want to go back to you again. That's why your name is Mike Nelson. That's why you the man. Because I want to mention something what you was talking about with the NHL real quick. Remember when you went a couple of shows ago when you were talking about how the presentation of it feels like a normal game because they're at NHL arenas. Of
Yeah,
course, they're in a bubble, but there are two NHL arenas in you said in
Edmonton and
Edmonton, if I'm
Toronto.
correct,
And Toronto.
and Toronto.
Well, right now they're
So
only in Edmonton, but yeah.
And the presentation was great. Of course, I watched a couple of games, and the presentation was great. So when the football started, let's talk about the Rams, but just all football for this past Sunday, it felt normal to me. You can tell a little bit that it was no fans inside the $5 billion stadium, but it still felt like a normal game to me. The atmosphere felt like it. The presentation felt like it because why? They were inside the NFL stadium. Not gonna lie, some of these NBA games haven't been feeling the same. Haven't been too hyped. Some of them because they're not inside the NFL. I mean, in an NBA arena. Like maybe if they was inside the Orlando arena, it'll feel better because I know they're in the Orlando bubble for the NBA. But yeah, so
Yeah.
for the NFL, it felt like it's back. And then to the Rams, I was excited again, Mike. See Aaron Donald, the New Jerseys, Jalen Ramsey, Cooper Kupp,
Yeah.
Jared Goff, and it was a good game.
Yeah, it was a good game. And I mean, the Jared Goff looked pretty good. I mean, he looked like his old self. Malcolm Brown had a good game as well. Of course, going to be the main running back along with Akers on the Rams. But I think offensively the Rams look great. I think they look the best they've had. I think this is the best they've looked offensively since 2018. In my
Let me
opinion.
let, let me ask you a question, Mike. Because I remember this from last year when you brought up Jared Goff. Mike's tough. If you playing bad, he gonna let you know. I remember sometimes last year, you were saying Jared Goff this, Jared Goff that. So you said that he's kind of back. Do you think this could last for the season? Do you see like a whole new Jared Goff?
I think I do. I mean, I think the pass protection is there. I think we're going to see a really good Jared Goff. So I'm not concerned about the offense. I'm actually a little worried about the defense. I do think the Rams defense. I was a little. They kind of looked a little bit like last year. I don't know what you think. Giving up big plays. They let Ezekiel Elliott get going in the first half. And then even on that last play, of course, they got called on the penalty flag, but it would have been a totally different story had they not called it. The Cowboys would have been in position to maybe win the game. So I think defensively, I think they're going to have to improve a little bit.
So I would say you're right on point. Because Zeke he had over 100 rushing yards last year. We can stop the run, and this year again after the first game. I do want to say, come on, Mike, give us hold your horses a little bit. It is the first game, no preseason, new defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I gotta be the positive. I gotta be the positive one sometimes. Uh,
Yeah.
but no, yeah. New defensive coordinator, no preseason. Maybe they're still getting used to it. I do like some of the pass defense. Some of the pass defense, some of the plays.
That
New
Jalen
defensive
Ramsey
coordinator
hit.
Brandon
That was awesome, man.
um,
That was the best
he
hit of the
came
whole
off
week.
he came off his own player and got that hit. They were showing that highlight of how of a technique tackle that was of a hit. So the pass defense I do kind of like.
Yeah, I think that was the best. That was my favorite play of the game. Jalen Ramsey with that hit. I just hope the Rams. I
Best
mean,
cornerback in the league.
yeah. I mean, I just hope the Rams are able to keep this up. Because I know they got a tough schedule. The next 2 weeks they got Philadelphia and Buffalo on the road. They're both good
on the
teams.
road.
So I don't know, man. I don't know what you think. I'm a little worried about these next two games. What do you think?
You s- you seem a little skeptical,
I
Mike.
am a little skeptical. Yeah.
Mike
Yeah.
doesn't want to when Mike's teams doesn't win Super Bowls when they come into the next year to start off. He seems a little
I mean, because think
nah,
about it, the
but
Rams. I mean, the
um,
Cowboys are not that good. Come on. I don't know. I know people love the Cowboys, but I don't think they're
especially
that
their
good.
defense.
Their
Their
defense
defense is not.
stinks, man.
The Cowboys defense has been horrible for years.
Yeah, it's
Their
still bad.
defense
Yeah,
is yeah. So I'm with you on defense. I would give them credit for some of their Amari Cooper's. I'm a Zeke fan. Dak
yeah,
Prescott, I'm not too high on Dak.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm with you totally. For these upcoming games, Philadelphia, Mike, we got to beat Philadelphia. If we don't beat Philadelphia, their offensive line is depleted. They have so
yeah,
many injuries. Carson Wentz, I was talking about this on our prediction show. I'm not sold on Carson Wentz yet. Their defense is okay. They have their safety running McLeod Jr. But I think we should get. It is going to be different. They're due to COVID, every team is traveling on Saturdays now, so we got to see how that may affect teams with getting their rest. And they have to come back again. Like they can't stay out on the East Coast. They're going to stay out there to face Buffalo. They're going to come back to the West Coast and travel again. So that them off the field aspects may come involved. But I got them winning this week, going 2-0. And then the Buffalo game, I'm with you that one because I watched their game this past week versus the New York Jets, and that Buffalo team is pretty nice. So we'll see about that one.
yeah. I think Sunday the Rams they should pull it off. Maybe a close game, but they should get that win. And I'm really excited about this season. I mean, I think I'm glad the 49ers lost. I was really happy with that. Um, that's all. That's what matters, man.
One more time, Mike. One more time.
49ers lost, man. They lost to the Arizona Cardinals, so that's all that matters. I mean, 0-1, so we're tied for first, right?
So, right.
Oh, we lost you there, Cody.
Yeah, tied with the Seattle and Arizona,
That's right. Yeah. So
and Arizona.
yeah. So we'll keep that going, and let's talk a little bit about around the rest of the league. I know, of course, yesterday the Cleveland Browns got a win against the Cincinnati Bengals. Um, Joe Burrow has looked really good in his first two games, although they are 0-2. But I'm really, I think he's doing great. I saw him with LSU last year. Of course, they went undefeated national champions. But he's really playing well in the NFL, and I think he's a quarterback for the future of the Cincinnati Bengals.
And you were mentioning this, Mike. Like while he was going through the season and even leading up to the draft, you think that he's going to be, I'm not going to say you said a future Hall of Famer, but you think that he's going to be pretty good inside the NFL, right?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be good. I think he's gonna be, he's gonna be the starter. He's gonna be there for many years. I think he might even be better than Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's a good quarterback, but I think he might be better. Cleveland Browns. I mean, yesterday I think they won that game because they ran the ball so well. I mean, Chubb was running the
Next up,
ball, and also Kareem Hunt, right? That's his name, right? Yeah,
yep,
he was
Kareem Hunt
also, yeah, Hunt was
from the Chiefs.
yeah, from the Chiefs. So he had a big game also. So that that 1-2 punch, I think Troy Aikman said it on the broadcast. That's going to be the best 1-2 punch in the NFL this season. So the Cleveland Browns, they're going to be running the ball a lot, and that's going to be their game plan. You got to stop the run to beat them.
And to the Burrow point, Joey Burrow, right? No,
It's Joe
yeah,
Burrow. Yeah,
Joe Burrow.
yeah, yeah,
His name might be Joey. Um,
yeah.
but he threw 60 passes in his first two games, so they're gonna put the ball inside his hands a lot. Head coach for the Cincinnati Bengals, who was actually the former Rams quarterbacks
Yeah.
coach. Who's the head coach now for the Cincinnati Bengals? They still got AJ Green. They almost won game one versus the Chargers. Speaking of an LA team, I was hoping they beat the Chargers,
Chargers got
but
lucky, man.
they because of a pass interference call. Speaking of, we was talking about the pass interference with the Rams and the Cowboys because
That was a
AJ
great call.
Green Um,
Great call, but probably the best referees we've ever had in that Rams
um,
game.
for, for the Rams game, but then for the Cincinnati Bengals game, it was probably a bad call. But
Yeah,
so yeah, so AJ Green they caught that, and that's one reason why they lost because that would have been a touchdown, and then they would have been up. So they could be uh, probably like 1-1 right now. If they would have, of course, again lost to the Browns, which they did. So yeah, Bengals have a bright future, definitely coming up.
yeah, I think they got a good future, and we'll see how it goes the next few weeks for them. But this week, as we know, Rams and Eagles, that's the game to watch. Sunday night game is I think the Patriots and the Seahawks, so we'll see Cam
Seahawks.
Newton. I haven't had a chance to see
Cam,
him. I haven't had a chance to
he's
see him with the
good, Mike.
Patriots, so first game.
Good, Mike. Good, Mike. I saw some of the game. He's good, Mike.
You think he's gonna be the starter for the whole year? You see him as a playoff team this year, the Patriots?
So, Mike, you asked me this. It's kind of like you asked me like I'm like the Niners or like the Golden State Warriors. But I will say this because I saw a report the other day also, and I was thinking this before I even saw the report. Um, Cam Newton, the I forgot the story. It may have been Yahoo Sports or something, but they were saying Cam Newton is making people like again the New England Patriots because of the way he acts and
Yeah.
just the way that everybody loves Cam Newton, and I'm a Cam Newton fan. So I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna feel kind of weird going to the Patriots. How much I hate the Patriots, but um, I was watching it and he's been playing pretty good. So I, I'm torn, Mike. I think I'm gonna still say no playoffs because I hope they don't make it. But the way they play after that week one, um, that offense is pretty good with Cam Newton because they can run it now, and you never seen that from New England Patriots offense.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes for them, and we'll talk about that next week on the show. So I want to thank everybody for watching our NFL segment here on the Sports Roundup. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook. We're also on Instagram every Friday if you want to hear more of us. Thanks for watching, everybody.